Hi everyone, welcome back to Outside Xbox. We're down here at the Ubisoft Digital Days where we've just been playing Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Jane, what did you think?
I really enjoyed it. It was a spectacular 80s pastiche reskin. I think maybe reskin is unkind, but it's like the world's best 80s flavoured mod of Far Cry 3, and it's an expandalone, so not DLC for Far Cry 3, but a standalone expansion of Far Cry 3.
Right, so you don't actually need to own Far Cry 3 to play this, which is cool. It kind of opens it out for people who haven't played Far Cry 3. Maybe they weren't feeling the whole island thing, but they see this and they go, right, 80 cyborgs, I'm kind of into that.
Yeah, I think mostly it's a really nice way to sort of rediscover Far Cry 3. You know, that's kind of all but a distant memory now, right?
Yeah.
You know, that was, what, a whole year ago? It was 2012?
Who even remembers it? I don't know.
Who even remembers?
But yeah, sitting down in front of that felt immediately familiar.
Yeah, so I think that's probably who they're going for. I mean, who doesn't love Far Cry 3? And it's more Far Cry 3 with the 80s as you remember and maybe remember and love.
Spider, these guys are a mega force.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, the sense of humour in this, I think, was what really stood out, because I mean, we've got you can see here the main character is Michael Biehn. Maybe you couldn't tell that is Michael Biehn, but from Aliens and Terminator.
Or perhaps you can.
For fuck's sake, shut up, HUD. I do what I want.
Understood.
He talks a lot throughout, and it's all quite funny. He's referencing being in Vietnam War 2 and losing all his limbs,
and how we nuked Canada in some speculative war, because it's in the style of a 1980s VHS vision of like a future dystopia, but a future dystopia in like 2007.
Yeah.
So this is what they imagined that would happen between the point of the 80s in which it happened and then 2007.
Right, exactly. I was quite impressed by the amount of new kind of animations and assets in it. Like all of the guns were new, and they all had brand new reloading animations that were all really kind
Early ones, yeah, sort of like spin the clip and then spin the gun, and yeah. Exactly.
Clicking in the right stick seemed to make you give the finger with your robot arm and then do a kind of gun twirl. It was like a taunt button.
He was open-minded.
What I liked as well is the knife throw takedown is now a shuriken takedown, which is the most 80s kind of takedown, I think.
So it's still a big map, it's still an open world game. It's not. I suspected they would make it more linear and then sort of reskin it like that, but it's still an open world map, and there are still animals, but now they're like cyber animals. So it's like a cyber shark or a robo dog or I met some cassowaries and they just have glowing red eyes now, so I guess they're cyborg cassowaries.
Sure. There are outposts as well. Pretty much the same deal as in the full game, but they have big lasers coming out of them, and the guys there all have kind of futuristic helmets on.
Well, they're cyborgs, right? They're a mega force, so they're cyborgs, and you rip out their heart like Raiden or something.
Not work when it's fun.
Right, and you can use those hearts to distract the dragons, which are these giant new enemies, which are dragons. I mean, how else do you describe
I mean, I assume the eponymous blood dragon, right? It's like a neon dragon, and you distract them with cyborg hearts, because why not?
Fetch.
And the plot seemed to be the kind of the very over-the-top 80s kind of you are a cyber commando being sent onto this island to take down a dictator.
I want them alive.
This was hugely impressive, I thought. I love the aesthetic. The music was great. Very kind of John Carpenter, Escape from New York kind of vibe to it. The way it looked was great, and it just had a really kind of wry sense of humor, which I think you would have to have for this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, it was really knowing, very sort of 80s in-jokes, like references to floppy disks and VHS and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if there's a day-night cycle. I played it and it was always nighttime for me,
Yeah.
and I wonder if maybe now it's permanently nighttime to show off the neons.
Yeah, the amount of neon there is, I doubt that would work during the day, but you're going to miss that day-night cycle?
It's quite dark.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get used to it. But I similarly enjoyed the electronica sort of soundtrack. It was very, very cool. But again, I only played it for a short while, and maybe if that's the entire library of electronica, maybe it'll get a bit repetitive.
All right, so that was Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Check back on Outside Xbox for more.